Hi, welcome to SMA Sketch Club. My name is Jerry and we have a fun and interesting activity to do today. Have you ever really looked at your hands? We have lots of interesting lines and shapes on our hands. Drawing hands can be challenging. Let's look at a piece of art from the museum's collection. This is Nikolai Fashin's study of two hands. This artist has wonderfully captured the image of two hands with one hand resting gently on the other. His use of line and value beautifully show the shape and texture of the hands. Do you remember what texture is? Texture is how something feels. Fashin's drawing looks very lifelike. It is realistic. We're going to do a fun drawing of a hand and we're going to add unrealistic textures or make-believe textures. To do this drawing, all you'll need is a piece of paper and a pencil. I'm going to draw mine with a marker so it'll show up. And later, if you want to add color, you can add color with crayons or colored pencils. All right, let's get started. I'm right-handed, so I'll draw with my right hand, and then I'm going to put my left hand on the paper and spread my fingers apart. And I also want to make sure a little bit of my wrist is on the paper. So if you're left-handed, you would just be doing the opposite, which is fine. Now, you've probably done this before. We're going to trace with I'm going to use a marker, but you're going to use a pencil, so we're going to trace with our pencil, and you're going to follow the outline of your fingers. Get as close to them as you can. And we want to include that wrist. So that's how mine looks. I'm going to bring that wrist line down there. So now we have our thumb and our four fingers to work with. We're going to put a different texture on each one of these. So we're going to start with the thumb, and we're going to make the thumb look like it has grown some fur or some hair. So to do that, I'm going to start up at the top in the middle, and then I'm just going to start adding some little short curvy lines, and then maybe they change direction, maybe they crisscross, and then I'm going to add some over here. Next, we're going to move to our index finger. And on our index finger, we're going to do a scaly texture. Maybe the skin of a fish, or if we're thinking make-believe, the skin of a dragon. And to do that, we're going to use the letter U. So I'm going to start very close to the top, and I'm going to draw some U's, a line of U's all connected. Then I'm going to go underneath and draw some more U's. I'm going to try to go touch on top of the little curved part when you start the next line. But if you get in between the curved parts, that's okay because it will still look like a scale. The next finger, we're going to give it the texture of a cactus. So to do that, we're going to draw the ribs of the cactus. So I'm going to start at the top and draw down. And then at the same point, I'm going to draw this way and then this way. Now, a cactus has spines. Those are the sharp needle-like parts of the cactus, and I'm just going to use little letter V's. Or you could do separate little lines like that. Moving on to this finger, our ring finger, we're going to make this finger look like it's made out of bricks. That's kind of weird, isn't it? But it'll be fun to do. So to start that, I'm going to draw some horizontal lines, and they're not going to be perfectly straight. They're going to have a little bit of a curve to them. I'll spread them out about ½ inch. Then I'm going to start it like this. I'm going to put a vertical line like that. And then another vertical line, but not right underneath that one. I'm going to alternate it. And then here is our last one, our pinky finger. Save the hardest one for last. We're going to make it have a wood texture. So to do that, I'm going to start by drawing what is called a knot or wood knot. Start with a circle and then another circle. And I think the trick to doing this is not to try to draw perfect circles. I'm even going to hold my pencil, my marker up a little bit higher so I don't have perfect control over it. So it's kind of wiggly. Now I'm going to do some wood grain, and I'm going to pick up my pen or my marker and pencil every now and then, kind of make it a little bit wiggly. I want to make a hairy or a furry wrist too. So I'm going to do the same thing that we did on the thumb to start, maybe a little longer because we've got more space here. Overlap. Now I have this wonderful big space right here. I just want to put something there. So let's do another scale texture, but this time instead of using the letter U, let's use the letter V. So it's just the same idea, only we're going to have a pointed bottom. Now I'm going to go back and do another row. Wow. When I look at my drawing, I see my hand and I see all these neat textures that we drew. And I'm not sure what time of year it is for you guys, but for me right now, it's the time of the year where sometimes people draw spooky things or things from our imagination. So I think what I could do, well, I could leave it like this, which is fine. I could color it, which I will definitely color mine. And then I'm going to show you what you could do. Let me show you another one that I did with a finer tip marker. So I did this one, same idea, then I cut it out and colored it in with some crayons and colored pencils. The next thing I did was I glued it onto a piece of black construction paper, and I didn't glue the fingertips because I wanted to put a moon and a cloud behind the hand. So I glued the moon and the cloud down, and then the hand would go on top of that. And I also added some scary looking fingernails. I had fun making art with you today. I hope that you had fun, and I look forward to seeing you again. Bye-bye.